Hi, it's Mrs. Maish. I just wanted to go over our web quest, Flashback to the 1960s. I'm just going to go through each step and task to help you navigate through it with ease. I'm excited because you are now, with this web quest, going to journey back to the 1960s and try to figure out how was life different during that time period? What major events occurred? Also, how did the events of the 1960s influence our current time period? Join in on this quest and we can all find out. Now, first, to access the web quest, I'm going to show you an easy way you can access wherever you are, whether you're at home or at school or out and about. To access it, all you need to do is go to our quest website and go to the grade 6 tab, and right under there you will see the link. You can click here or here and that will take you directly to the web quest. Now I broke up the web quest into different categories. A welcome, introduction, essential questions. All of your tasks are here along with the final project. Also there's a quiz down here and some bonus things here. So let's get started with the introduction, and that's where you found this information. Okay, for the web quest, you have several tasks to complete, and again they're all outlined on the sidebar here. And you're going to do each activity, and each activity is to be submitted in an e-folder that I shared with you in your Google Drive. And it is a Flashback to the 1960s time capsule e-folder. So look for that in your Google Drive, and everything that you complete, with the exception of a few items, will be submitted via that folder. So anything you do, you save into that folder. At the culmination of the web quest, you will just share that folder with me. Now, also at the culmination of the web quest, we will have a 1960s Culture Day. A date will be determined later, and for that event, you are encouraged to dress in 1960 type attire. We will be sharing our final presentations, dancing to 1960s music, and enjoying a sample of cuisine from the 1960s. Now, some things I want you to focus on when you're doing this web quest. How was life different during the 1960s time period? What major events occurred in that decade? And how did the events of the 1960s influence our current time period? So we are now ready to start at task 1. So I'm going to navigate to that just to give you a brief overview. For task 1, you're going to focus on John F. Kennedy. Here's some background here about him. Your assignment you will be doing, it lists it right here below the description. You are to view the inaugural speech right here. It's a snippet of his speech that he gave at inauguration, and then you are going to respond to this document attached, which is a writer's response. Please do your best in using all of the skills in finishing up that writer response, and save that document to your 1960s time capsule e-folder. Information that I suggest you take a look at before you do your writer's responses right here. Okay, and again, don't forget, put this in your e-folder in your Google Drive. Task number 2, we move on to civil rights, Martin Luther King. You are going to watch this video here about Martin Luther King and his speech, and you're going to do this civil rights scavenger hunt. Click this link to get to the scavenger hunt. That is a document that after you are complete with it, you can just save that into your Google Drive. When you finish that, there's also an additional activity to click on this Quizlet link, and that will help review some civil rights topics. To further enhance your research and things you might be using for the scavenger hunt, you will find some links right here. Now, task 3, we move on to space exploration. That was a big part of that decade, and many major events occurred. For this, you are going to follow the directions here, but I'll give you an overview. You will look at this space exploration timeline. It highlights the major events of space exploration. Choose one event that interested you from the 1960s time period, and you're going to create a newspaper article. Here you can see information about that right here. You choose a space exploration event that occurred in that 1960s time period. View the newspaper headline screencast at the bottom here. I created this just to go over newspaper headlines of a few of the events of the 1960s, and it also explains the assignment and what you are going to do. So that before you do the assignment, make sure you viewed both of these videos, and it tells you also what you need to do for those assignments. Now, some research for your newspaper article, you can utilize these links. Make sure to follow the guidelines listed here, and also in the video they are also mentioned again. Okay, task 4, we're looking at culture and trend of the 60s. So what you're going to do here is take a look at the culture trends. I just created a short video clip just highlighting different areas of trends and culture in the 1960s. And after that, you're going to blog. What do you think would have been like to live during that time? Would have been exciting for you to live during that time period? And what would be challenging to live during the 1960s? What conveniences or things might you miss? You're going to answer that on our blog. Here you can see links both right here. And you can find that by going to our Quest website, going to the blog link, and you post your comment right here. As soon as I've reviewed your comment, it will be posted on the blog. Please feel free to look at and respond to some of your classmates' responses. Okay, so now we've gone through the 4 major tasks. You have a good background of what happened during the 1960s. Let's go now to the final project. Now, for the final project, here's a little background and a tidbit here. You are going to create a final project where you'll choose one topic or event that you learned about to research for your final presentation. Research that topic or event, create a presentation about the event or topic. The guidelines for this presentation could be reviewed also through this link. You can click on that and download that if you like, or just view it online. If you need help with any of the resources, you may come in class during open project time for assistance. And you will also will share your presentation on our 1960s Culture Day. And more information, as I said earlier, will be forthcoming on the date for that. You should use one of the formats listed below, whatever works best for you. Keynote, PowerPoint, Google Slides, iMovie, video, Prezi, or screencasts of a slideshow. If you had another idea, please feel free to let me know. And if I approve that, you can utilize that. You can also submit these into your Google Drive folder if you have any trouble where that format does not work with that. Go to the Quest website, grade 6, and there's a project submission right here where you can send it. Also, I did highlight some things about the 60s on the Quest website right there. And this is also a bonus activity about space. If you would like to, you can create a mission in space with that on that website. Okay, so back to our web quests and final projects. Please again submit them through your Google eFolder, time capsule, or if you need to, in a different format, put it in our grade 6 submission. Any problems, just let me know. I will definitely assist you with that. Now, after that, you can see we have an evaluation. Here's a rubric based on each project that you are to complete. Please keep checking this to make sure you're doing everything you're supposed to be doing. Use that as a type of checklist. Here's a quiz everyone must complete. Okay, and after you finish the quiz, make sure you type your first and last name and submit it. The only person that will view your results would be me, so don't worry about that. Here's a just fun bonus activity, words from the 60s I used to create some hangman. Feel free to team up with a friend, family, or a classmate to do this, or you could do it on your own. Some bonus activities I put down here. Here you can see several things. If you finish the web class and feel like you want to learn or do more, here are some choices, so feel free to utilize that. Now, again, if you have any questions or problems, please contact me. You can do it at my email, which you're familiar with. If not, go to the Quest website and go to the Contact Me and submit your question. Contact me wherever I am, and I will get right back to you. Also, you can can feel free to ask me questions in school or come to open project time to work on any of your projects. So I'm excited about continuing this journey for the 60s, so let's all journey back. Thanks.